They're trying to slow this thing down. As part of the agreement, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corp will share losses with JP Morgan on First Republic's loans. You see, there they go. The agency estimated that its insurance fund would take a hit of $13 billion in the deal. JP Morgan also said it would receive $50 billion in financing from the FDIC. The U.S. government is propping up this deal because the system is imploding. I can't tell you what to do. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy Bitcoin. I already got some. I've been buying some recently because, I'm scared to have U.S. dollars.
And are you afraid to hold U.S. dollars? You should be, because if you're saving in dollars, your wealth is slowly eroding away. The only hedge for this is one thing and one thing only: Bitcoin. De-dollarization is undeniable, and the debate about the greenback's dominance is heating up. And here's what some of the industry leaders are saying. First, we have billionaire Elon Musk. And what he's saying, if you weaponize currency enough times, other countries will stop using it. The United States weaponized the dollar when they threw Russia off the SWIFT system, and they basically weaponized the dollar in that move. Ray Dalio, Bridgewater's founder, dollars are debt. In other words, when one holds a dollar, a central bank, they hold a debt asset. So the holders of that would say, I'm already overexposed to US dollar denominated debt. And so there's less of an eagerness to buy. Then you have Chamath Palihapitiya, and what he's stating is, until the yuan is unpacked in a free-floating currency, we will never know what the real market clearing price is. China has been very effective, able to manipulate this currency since they were brought into the World Trade Organization. In order to engender that trading partner status, the dollar will remain mechanical flight to safety. Stanley Druckenmiller weighed in as well, and what he's saying, one area I'm comfortable in is I'm short the US dollar. Currency trends tend to run for 2 to 3 years. We've had a long run higher. We'll leave you with this. With Jeremy Allaire, Circle CEO, if we want to make the dollar safer and more competitive, we need to do two things. Unleash its power as a native data type on the internet that can be openly used and integrated, and move the underlying bank lending IOU risk on electronic money, and separate payment tools from lending tools. So there you have it from a couple big players: Elon Musk, Ray Dalio, Chamath Palihapitiya, giving their take on the de-dollarization. And meanwhile, the de-dollarization is happening across the globe. Layoffs are going to be happening. Jobs are going to be replaced. IBM to pause hiring and plan to replace almost 8,000 jobs with AI. Artificial intelligence is coming. Is your current career safe? All parents need to have a serious talks with their teenagers and give them some solid advice about what they aim for in a career, because many of the jobs you thought were safe are going to disappear. So jobs are replaced. The de-dollarization, there's one thing that you can opt out of: the entire system, and go into Bitcoin. And we'll get an update from Jack Mallers, and he is telling us why the United States needs to integrate with the Bitcoin ecosystem. But before we get to any of that, what's happening, crypto crew? Sean's coming back at you, another cryptocurrency video, getting straight into it and continuing an update from Max Kaiser. He's speaking on AI, and he's saying it's the most powerful deflationary force in history. Employment in the bond market will collapse. No amount of money printing will offset this deflationary tsunami. All paper money will collapse. Bitcoin will skyrocket to infinity, but no humans will be around to spend it. So what's that mean? No humans will be around to spend it. Are we going to go into a global war and just everybody's just nuked? Sort of a cryptic message from Max, but looking at the charts, the time to buy altcoins. Well, right here it's saying the previous alt seasons, December 17 and January of 21. Next alt season to kick in anytime between December of 2023 and May of 2024. It's not BS, it's well calculated based on macro charts, cycles, lengths, Fed policy, borrowing rates, on-chain data, etc., etc. But basically, if you see here, it looked like we could just be mirroring what we did last cycle, coming back down, having this retest and a bounce up to the upside. This is the Ethereum chart. So what he's saying is between December of this year and May of next year, we could see that parabolic alt rally Time will definitely tell. And do you have your bags packed? Another update. So we're talking about the largest banking failure in 15 years. But then Yellen says Treasury could default within 30 days. And then macro economists are saying easy money policy is over, meaning there's going to be more tightening. And then the Bitcoiners are saying, please get off zero and stack sats. And then the top headline, balloons. As you see right here, U.S. military is tracking another mysterious balloon. Who cares about this? There's bigger things. There's way bigger things that are going on. Pay attention. They're trying to distract you, and they're just throwing really stupid things out there, because what's going on with our banking system and our money is 1,000 times more important than this right here. And taking a look at Glassnode, this is the optimal time to buy. If you look, every time in this green area was the best time to buy, because once we come out this green, we flip it from resistance to support and then have that blast up to the upside. Buying green, selling red every single time. Buying green, selling red. Buying green, selling red. Well, we're in the green area right now. Right now, we're in this green area. So are you stacking sats? Are you buying? Because if history's any indication and this reserve risk chart shows you, this is the best time to be buying into Bitcoin. And with that, let's hear from Jack Mallers and get his take on why the United States needs to just stop playing games and embrace Bitcoin. Let's hear from Jack.
What I think the U.S. government needs to very, very seriously consider is both how Bitcoin's power can be harnessed and leveraged as a digital public utility similar to the internet for national security interests. This technology can't be uncreated. China and Russia will be using this in 1 to 5 to 10 to 100 years, whether we like it or not. But we need to think about it, and we need to think about it correctly and responsibly. And then I think we need to think about how the payments technology can fix material distortions in our country. I could be wrong. I'm not giving advice. I'm clearly very biased and passionate. But just as an exercise as Americans, this is our duty to not only our country, but to the free world. For payments, Bitcoin is already catalyzing optimization. I talked a little bit about my business. We all know Jack and Square are very big proponents. We all know former big tech executives like David Marcus are now in the industry. This technology is being validated and changing lives already. And I think with time will change everyone's life. And by the way, including the way fiat currency moves. My company, for example, amongst many others, moves US dollars on top of this. So this is not anti-dollar. This is not opposing the Federal Reserve. This is superior technology. It's a public utility that can be used for whatever someone wants to use it for, just like the internet. The United States has to harness this tech, or at the very least, give it an honest look. Can't reject it, because the genie's out of the bottle, and it's not coming back in. As the leader of the free world, the United States is in the best position to demonstrate commitment to exploring this new idea. It's who we are as a country, and again, we don't owe it to our neighbors, but we owe it to the free world at large. We are the world leader in democracy and for human freedom. And this is a new public utility for money, just like the internet is for information. And as a country, we need to be leaders.